Do you have a recipe that just reminds you of a parent, a grandparent, somebody in your life who used to come to your house? That for me, shcadole and beans.
There's not a single dish that I make that reminds me more of my grandmother than this dish right here.
If you don't know what shcadole is, it's escarole. This is escarole right here. Escarole is just a leafy green. It's like an endive lettuce. My grandmother always used to come to the house. She would say, I'm coming, I'm making shcadole and beans. So she'd come, she'd bring like 4 of these, right? First step, number 1, escarole, so dirty. As I got older, I kind of started saying to myself, I want to know how to make this shcadole and beans. And that's how I learned a lot of these recipes. I would call my grandma up and I would just have her walk me through it. And I don't know if you've ever gotten cooking directions from an Italian woman, but they give them to you like all out of order and shit. Like they can't just go from step 1 to step 10. They have to like skip around. They give you step 5 first, back to step 1, up to step 8, step 3, finish it off with this. They can never just tell you right off the bat like, hey, here's how you make this, honey, step by step. That's not how they work. Anyways, my grandma said, all right, go get the shcadole. Call me back. I said, okay. I go to the supermarket, and meanwhile, I moved out of like New York. I was living in upstate New York at this time. I'm looking everywhere in this store for the shcadole, right? Finally, I say to myself, I gotta ask somebody where the shcadole is. So I asked the guy, do you have shcadole here? And he says to me, what the hell are you talking about? Naturally, I'm like, shcadole, like shcadole, it's like a lettuce. He's like, shcadole? He's like, I've never heard of shcadole. So now I'm thinking to myself, my grandma's crazy. This is not a real thing. So the guy, he finally says to me, oh, you mean escarole. And I was like, yeah, I guess I do mean escarole. So I look and it's spelled E-S-C-A-R-O-L-E, escarole, not shcadole. So I was 24 when I learned that shcadole and beans is really just escarole. Anyways, easy enough. We got our escarole or shcadole prepped. I just like to hand rip it, so I'll just take it, rip some pieces like this. We're gonna saute it kind of like you would spinach or broccoli rabe. What happens is it gets really small, kind of like spinach does. You put in a whole bunch, it comes out to be a little bit. When we're making escarole and beans, the beans we're talking about, cannellini beans, these ones here. You can get them canned, which is usually what I do because it just makes this recipe 30 minutes instead of a whole day and 30 minutes. Or you can buy them dried, soak them overnight, and then cook them. We're gonna do our garlic. This is one of those Italian-American recipes that I think like use 4 when I say it in the recipe, but I really mean use 8. And then I mean double that, so like use it all, really. So it's a fuck ton of garlic, and you wanna slice it for escarole and beans so that it cooks a little bit slower, doesn't burn. I don't know if this was an Italian grandma thing, but my grandma refused to use cutting boards. So if she was doing the garlic, like peeling and cutting it, only in newspaper. She'd have a newspaper out, and she'd do all the garlic in the newspaper. I have no idea why. And I don't know if that's an Italian-American grandma thing or if that's just my crazy grandmother thing. And I'm sure all of us have a crazy grandma story. That's grandma. First thing we're gonna do is saute the garlic. When I think my kids are gonna eat something, I don't usually put crushed red peppers in it, but if I know they're not, then I will spice it up a little bit. Wait till your Dutch oven gets hot, then go in with your olive oil. I'm gonna a good amount of olive oil, like 3 tablespoons. All right, we're gonna go in with our garlic here. And that crushed red pepper. Keep this stirring so that the garlic doesn't burn. Lower the heat a little bit if you feel like it's gonna. So we're gonna stir for about 30 seconds till the garlic gets really fragrant. You can start to see the bubbles in the garlic. When the bubbles stop, that means that the garlic is just at the finish line. So we're gonna go in with the shcadole now. I do a handful at a time, stir it in. Another handful, stir it in. Then you're just gonna add like the tiniest bit of chicken stock just so you can create some steam, cover it up. And we're gonna let the shcadole wilt for about like 3 to 5 minutes. And then we're gonna go in with our chicken stock and bring it to a simmer. All right, so we're gonna pop this open. We're starting to wilt a little bit. Steaming up the camera. All right, we're gonna go in with our chicken stock here. Here's one thing about me. If I'm going to eat at your house, I'm going in your fridge and I'm making sure you got a bag of this. You know what this is? If you don't know what this is, then I ain't eating at your house. These are Parmesan rinds. So what I do with these for recipes like soup, sauce, I always take a Parmesan rind, throw it into the stock when I'm bringing it to a simmer. Makes it nice and savory, salty, adds a lot of extra flavor to the dish. This is a must in Italian-American cooking. Hit it with a little salt. We're gonna bring this to a simmer, and then we'll add our cannellini beans in. So this is coming almost to a boil, so we're gonna go right in with our cannellini beans. Lower the heat a little bit so it stays at a simmer. Mix in your beans. We're gonna simmer this for like 20, 30 minutes. We'll cover it up. I'm gonna leave a little bit of an edge here so that the steam can escape, and that's it. And this is escarole and beans. We're gonna let this cool off for a minute, and then I'll put it in a serving bowl and show you how I eat it. How I eat it, like you don't know how to eat soup. This is 100% the type of soup that you cannot have without a couple pieces of toast. Also, for those new to the Parmesan rind, it doesn't melt in there. You do have to take it out. It's kind of like a bay leaf that way. This is my grandmother's shcadole and beans. Best way to eat it, grab some bread. Jeez Louise. Minchia. Shcadole and beans is a classic in our family. I have the full recipe, like written and printable, on my blog, always from scratch. You can check it out there. You could also follow us over on Instagram. It's at VindelJudas. And I post videos there every single day. We post videos here once a week on Wednesdays. If you haven't yet, go ahead and like, comment, or subscribe to this. Let me know what you think of this shcadole and beans. If you make shcadole and beans, you know shcadole and beans? I don't know what I'm even saying anymore. Anyways, yeah, that's shcadole and beans. Till next time.
Always from scratch. Do 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 do.